These 10 British words will stop an American conversation dead, and what George Bernard Shaw called two nations divided by a common language has never been more literal than in the moments we are about to show you. What if I told you that the moment an American conversation stops dead, the long pause, the polite smile that does not reach the eyes, the slight tilt of the head, it has almost nothing to do with the word the Brit just used. Both people in that room know that word. They have known it their entire lives. The problem is they are running it on completely different settings. Linguists call this the study of pragmatics, not what words mean, but what they do when they land. And nowhere does that gap show up more clearly than across the Atlantic. We are going through 10 British words that bring American conversations to a halt. For each one we are running the autopsy. We show you what the Brit said, what the Brit meant, what the American heard, and the exact moment the circuit broke. By the third word on this list, you are going to see survey data from YouGov linguistic research polls showing how far apart two countries can sit on the exact same severity scale. And once you see the numbers, you cannot unsee them. And by number 1, you will have a completely different explanation for why conversations with British people work the way they do. If the strange invisible gap between people who share a language is your kind of thing, hit subscribe. New videos every week on the ways English turns into something else entirely, depending on which side of the Atlantic you are standing on. Here are 10 British words that make Americans stop the conversation, counting down from surprising to absolutely conversation ending. Number 10. Pants. The scene. An American woman is shopping in London. She tries on a skirt, steps out of the changing room and says to her British friend, "I think I need different pants for this." The British friend stops. There is a pause. "I did not realize you could see them," she says. The American means trousers. In the United States, pants means the outer garment covering both legs. The Brit heard underwear. In British English, pants means exactly that, and nothing else. Both women are fluent, both are correct. This is what linguists call a false friend, not a foreign word, but the same word pointing at two completely different things. The conversation stopped because one of those things is considerably more intimate than the other. Number 9. Brilliant. The scene. An American pitches an idea to a British colleague. She listens, nods once and says, "Brilliant." He goes back to his desk satisfied. He has just received high praise. He has not. In British English, brilliant has been worn smooth by decades of casual use, what linguists call semantic drift, until it sits roughly where fine or not bad would sit in American English. It is a polite full stop, not a standing ovation. The American read the original definition. The Brit was using the current one. Neither of them knows the other is living in a different version of the same word. Number 8. Cheers. The scene. An American visitor hands a British colleague something across a desk. The colleague says cheers. The American waits for a drink to appear. No drink comes. In British English, cheers performs at least 3 separate jobs with no signal about which one is active. It means thank you. It means goodbye. And yes, it still means the toast. The context is supposed to carry the weight. For an American who has only ever encountered it over a glass, the word triggers a social expectation. The room is not set up to meet. The Brit has already moved on. The American is still waiting for something to happen. 1 word, 3 possible jobs. No punctuation to tell you which one just landed. Number 7. Sorry. The scene. A Brit walks into an American on a street corner. The Brit immediately says sorry. The American, hearing a genuine apology, responds, "Oh, don't worry about it. These things happen." The Brit was not apologising. In British English, sorry, used in that register, is a verbal reflex, meaning approximately, "I acknowledge we have collided." It is not an admission of fault. The American moves on, satisfied. The Brit registers the response as slightly large for the occasion and cannot identify why. Number 6. Quite. The scene. A British manager reviews an American employee's report. "It's quite good," she says. The American goes back to his desk satisfied. The word quite has amplified the praise. It has not. In British English, quite moves in the opposite direction. Quite good lands somewhere around acceptable or not bad. It is the polite way of flagging that there is room for improvement without specifying where. In American English, quite intensifies. In British English, it hedges. The same word, in the same sentence, has just sent 2 completely different performance reviews to 2 different people sitting in the same room. Number 5. I hear what you say. The scene. An American has just finished making a case for a new approach in a meeting. His British colleague listens carefully. Then she says, I hear what you say. The American hears acceptance. Progress. A YouGov linguistic research poll asked British and American respondents what the phrase actually means. 58% of Americans read it as the speaker accepting the point being made. 48% of British respondents read it as I disagree and do not want to discuss it further. The meeting is over. The British colleague has closed the door using 6 words. The American has just walked through it. The conversation did not stop. One side does not know yet that it already has. If you are starting to see the pattern, if you are realizing that the conversation does not stop because the word is foreign, but because the same word is arriving at completely different frequencies, hit the like button. It helps this video reach the people who need it, and if you have not subscribed yet, now is a good time. Number 4. Gutted. The scene. A Brit tells an American friend he did not get the job he spent 3 months working toward. I'm absolutely gutted, he says. The American hears disappointment, a setback that warrants sympathy and a suggestion to try again. The Brit is describing something closer to devastation. In British English, gutted carries the weight of a serious blow. It is not used for minor frustration, it is the word for when something that genuinely mattered has genuinely fallen apart. The American's response, warm and measured, lands slightly thin for the occasion. The Brit registers the mismatch but cannot locate it. The word travelled. The weight it was carrying did not. Number 3. Abysmal. The scene. A British executive is on a call reviewing a supplier's quarterly results. The results have been abysmal, she says. The American supplier hears a bad quarter. He prepares to defend it. He has dramatically underestimated what just happened. YouGov ran a linguistic research poll asking British and American respondents to rate the same words on a severity scale from 1 to 5. For the word abysmal, British respondents gave it a rating of 1.21. American respondents rated it 2.55. That is a gap of more than a full point on a 5-point scale. When the British executive said abysmal, she was using a word that sits near the bottom of her severity scale. The American heard a word he places nearly halfway up his. The supplier thinks he is managing a bad quarter. The executive has just signalled the relationship is in serious trouble. The word arrived. The temperature it was carrying did not. Number 2. With the greatest respect. The scene. A British consultant is in a boardroom with a group of American executives. They have just presented their strategy. She says, with the greatest respect. The Americans settle in. Someone is acknowledging their position before offering a counterpoint. A thoughtful discussion is beginning. A YouGov linguistic research poll ran this phrase past British and American respondents and asked what it signals. 68% of British respondents said it means I think you are an idiot. 49% of American respondents said it signals that their views are being heard, even in disagreement. The British consultant has just told the room their strategy is wrong, at high volume, using a phrase that sounds like a courtesy. The Americans are preparing to continue the discussion. Number 1. Fine. Here is the one that reframes every entry on this list. The scene. A Brit and an American have a disagreement. It runs long. The American offers a resolution. The Brit pauses, then says, fine, the American hears agreement. Resolution. Both sides landed somewhere acceptable. The Brit has just ended the conversation. In British English, fine said, in that register does not mean acceptable. It means the speaker has stopped engaging. The topic is closed. Here is why this happens across every word on this list. YouGov's research into how British and American speakers weight the same vocabulary found that the gap is not in the words themselves. It is in the calibration. British respondents rated abysmal at 1.21 on a 5-point severity scale. American respondents rated it 2.55. For appalling, the gap is 1.30 points in the same direction. Both nations know both words perfectly. They are not confused about what abysmal means. They are saying it at completely different volumes. Fine works the same way. The American hears the surface definition. The Brit is running it on a different setting. The word is the same. The temperature is not. That is the gap that stops the conversation. And now you can hear it. If you made it here, you just did something most people never do. You went past the word and into the gap underneath it. You looked at what both sides thought they said and found out they were not saying the same thing at all. The pattern across every entry on this list is identical. The breakdown is not a vocabulary problem. Both people know the word. The breakdown is a calibration problem, a pragmatics problem, if you want the technical term. The word arrived. Its weight did not. Shaw said it. 2 nations divided by a common language. These 10 words are the proof. If this changed the way you hear English, hit that like button. Drop a comment and tell me which one stopped you the most. Are you team with the greatest respect, team abysmal, or team fine? I read every single comment, and if you have not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. New videos every week on the ways English quietly becomes a foreign language depending on where you are standing. The conversations are not failing because the words are different. They are failing because the words are the same.